like sharing tables with each other, and this motorcycle is really loud, and that's why I hate motorcycles. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I had a crazy busy weekend, and if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, then you would have been able to go through the weekend with me, but I also vlogged it, and there's actually a lot of footage, so I decided to break it up into a couple parts, and part one starts now. I just woke up. I think I'm exhausted, guys. Like, I got to the hotel just before midnight after driving. I think it was supposed to be only like a 2.5 hour drive, but it ended up being like 3.5 hours because of traffic and like the stupid tolls that I had to pay to get here. I did not realize there were three different tolls. Anyway, I think I'm gonna get up, take a shower, and head to breakfast. That is like my biggest priority right now. My God, have you ever seen something so gluttonous? And now I have diabetes. This city really, really loves Ben Franklin. He is everywhere. I've been to Philly so many times, but every time I come here, I discover something new. I'm on Benjamin Franklin Parkway right now, and there are flags from all these countries up and down the road, and I'm walking along and quizzing myself which flags I know, and I've got most of Europe, most of the Middle East, and a few other countries here and there, but yeah, I don't recognize some of these flags. Alright guys, this is it. Behind me are some very famous stairs leading up to the Philadelphia Museum of Art. You might know these stairs from the movie Rocky, because the character Rocky runs up the stairs during his famous training montage and gets to the top and waves his arms around. And actually, I've never even seen the movie, but I have seen that clip a bunch of times. And then of course you see like a ton of tourists just like sprinting up these stairs, mimicking that scene in the movie. So I guess it's kind of fun for people to do. I think this might be the only museum I've seen where everybody's like facing away from the museum because they're all getting pictures at the top of the stairs, because it really is a beautiful view. But it's funny, normally people are like looking at the museum, at the building, because it's also very beautiful. Was a big deal. He was a senator in Pennsylvania. He played integral roles in the beginning of our government, and he is the son of German immigrants. These are a bunch of boat houses. This isn't the quietest spot per se, because I've got a highway over here and a highway right across the river on my other side, but it's tranquil enough for Philadelphia, and it's a nice little shady spot for me to enjoy some mint iced tea that I just got at a little cafe. I just got a message from a friend of mine that I haven't seen in like 10 years. He's working in Philadelphia, and we're gonna meet up for coffee later. Say what you want about social media and its impact on our society, but as someone who's moved around a lot, I've traveled a lot, and I have friends across the world, I find it to be a great way to stay connected with all of my friends. And all I did was post a photo of this tunnel I had to go through to drive to Philadelphia, and I got a message from this guy. I didn't even know he worked in Philadelphia, and we're gonna meet up for coffee. On my way to find my friend. He works in this building and the elevators are crazy, so I hope I make it. Hi. I just finished having coffee with my friend, and guys, it was so great just to be able to catch up with him and see how he's doing with all of the changes that have happened in his life. And then we reminisced about some of the friends we had in college and talked about what's changed in their lives. I mean, like I said, it's been a freaking decade since I've seen him, so there's been a lot of babies and a lot of marriages, and it was just great being able to sit down and talk with someone who knew me from back in college. I'm in Love Park now. I mean, I'm sure you can see this little sign behind me, which people are lined up to get their photo taken with because it's like an iconic symbol of Philadelphia now, and it's just fun to pose with it. I'm headed to City Hall next, which is right here, to check it out. I think it's the most beautiful building in all of Philadelphia, so I'm excited to get some photos of it. And then I think I'm gonna head to a beer garden. Philadelphia City Hall is such a beautiful building, and I'm really glad I got to see it again and take some photos, but now it is time for a beer. So I'm gonna grab the metro and figure out how to get to this beer garden. I've never used the metro system in Philadelphia before, but I feel like once you use one metro system, you kind of get the hang of all of them. I've done a lot of solo travel in my life, and people are always asking me how I'm able to do it. I could talk about it all day, but in short, you just gotta get out there and go. It requires a good bit of independence and confidence, but honestly, if I didn't do solo travel, I would have only made it to maybe a quarter of the places I've been to at this point.
Thank you.
Thanks. I ordered what's called a blueberry Rattler. I saw him put blueberry in it and some beer and a lot of lemonade, so we'll see how it tastes. It's terrible. It's called a beer cocktail, but I honestly don't taste any beer in this. It just tastes like blueberry juice and lemonade. Got a classic Bavarian pretzel because I'm actually really hungry, and it came with some cheese. I was not expecting it to be white. That actually tastes awesome. It's like a ranchy cheese, if you can imagine that. It's got like paprika seasoning on it. As per usual, I tried to embarrass myself by nearly tipping over the bench that I'm on because I'm by myself and have no one to counterbalance it. I like the beer garden. It was super social. It was definitely not ideal for me to be there alone, but as a solo traveler, it's just kind of what you have to deal with. Everyone was hanging out, having fun and laughing and sharing tables with each other. And to me, that was very much like in the spirit of Germany. So it was cool to see that in downtown Philly. And despite eating that pretzel, I'm still hungry, so I'm gonna go get some barbecue. Barbecue, by the way, is a massive freaking deal in the US. People go crazy for barbecue, and I can't even think of a single type of food that is taken as seriously as barbecue. I mean, yeah, I I can't think of anything. Grilling should be a national sport in the US, I swear. People will get up at like 6 in the morning to put marinated meats or whatever on the grill. And then when you come to places like this, I mean, they have like pit masters that just like slave away at cooking the meats that they're gonna serve at the restaurant. It is really, really impressive, and I'm super excited to eat this. I only got a little bit. They sell it by the pound usually. That's how you know you're at a good barbecue place. One of the ways you know you're at a good barbecue place. So I'm gonna dig into this. These sauces are actually reminding me that in different parts of the United States you get different flavor of barbecue. So I'm used to like the red sauces, like the sweeter kind of sauces, so that's what I always gravitate toward. But my sister, who lives in Charleston, South Carolina, they are famous for their more vinegary barbecue, and I think it's nice that they have like the vinegar type sauce here for you to choose from depending on what kind of barbecue you like. Oh my god, this is really good. Guys, it's like almost falling apart on my fork. That's how tender this meat is. It's amazing. A friend recommended this place to me, and I'm gonna have to thank him because he got it right. I am so glad he told me about this place. Well, I am completely stuffed and I'm really exhausted. So I'm gonna find the metro and get back to my hotel. Okay. This hotel, like a lot of hotels in the US, doesn't have like a 13th floor. I mean, they have a 13th floor, but they won't call it the 13th floor because of superstitions. But we all know if you're on the 14th floor, you're actually on the 13th. I am finally back. I'm gonna spend some time editing. I'm going to drink a lot of water and I'm going to get some sleep. Part 2 is coming soon, guys, but while you're waiting, check out some of my other videos.